Now it's time for lefties losing it, and gee, the pronoun puffers are getting even more complex and confusing. Let's ask this lefty how they identify.
Have you ever had a cis person ask you what your pronouns are and you're like, I'd rather you just called me a slur instead of asking me what my pronouns are right now? There's this thing that people who aren't trans do where they will have no idea how to refer to you because of the way that you look. Because based on the way that I look and the way that I sound, like the tone of my voice, like how high it is, it's not very high. I have kind of a lowish voice, a pretty androgynous voice, and I dress very androgynously, and like I just don't exactly exude male or female to any reliable extent.
Okay, well, if you say so, but gee, quite the essay of an explanation there. And I mean, it's just so funny. These people get mad when you call them the wrong thing, and then they get mad when you say the right thing. They certainly keep us on our toes.
If you change your name and gender marker on your ID, you also get a new birth certificate. And in my new birth certificate, it says my new name and assigned gender at birth, female. Now, I don't know why they retconned my entire identity, but I guess I'm cis now. Ho, is you cis? So if anyone ever comes and calls me a man, I'm safe, because I have state government approved paperwork that I'm fish.
I'm the cold cat with the long black locks, always on the lookout for them long black locks.
The love and respect for women or fish is palpable. Look, perhaps this therapist with a very appropriate name can help.
Hi, my name is Karen, and my pronouns are they, them, and I'm a licensed psychotherapist in the states of Colorado and Washington. And something that I have been processing a lot lately is what it has felt like in the last week or so to be a non-binary person. I've been thinking a lot about the impacts of the executive order that is, attempting to say there's only two sexes, and really just actually feels like it was written by people who haven't passed 7th grade science.
Yeah, actually, the science says otherwise, Karen. The science has never changed. There are only two genders, so maybe Karen needs a 7th grader to tell her that. Now, a warning. This next character is suffering with a serious, chronic, and quite frankly, acute case of Trump derangement syndrome.
Told you, I told you, I told you, I told you, I told you, told y'all.
Now, don't say I didn't warn you. Where did this bat-crazy wilding come from? Oh, and don't worry, there's more.
Some of you MAGA better pay attention and you better listen, because this is exactly what the you voted for. And when you're saying, oh, but he said he wouldn't do that. He said he wasn't going to do that. He doesn't know what it is. He knows exactly what it is. Actually, it's his handlers who know exactly what it is, because this dumb can't read for
Wow, okay. And why are the meltdowns always in cars? Now to the cackling witch herself, Joy Behar from The View, whose jealousy is something to behold. Here is her assessment of Trump's new White House press secretary, Karoline Leavitt.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
The ever-empowering feminist, Joy herself, everyone. And this is why, of course, she's on The View and not working for the most powerful man in the world, because Karoline would wipe the floor with you bitter banshees any day. Now to the chief loon herself. Come on, it wouldn't be a lefties losing it without MSNBC's Joy Reid and the fear this woman must have. Here she is comparing Donald Trump's administration to that of Adolf Hitler again.
Similarities to what happened in Germany and what's happening now in America are just undeniable. History may not repeat verbatim, but it sure does rhyme.
Gosh, it must be such a drain on poor Joy. Every day flying the fake flag, saying the same lines over and over. It's like she must remain outraged at all time. Who could be next on her hit list?
Government went so far as to tell federal agents in immigration raids to be camera ready and brought none other than TV host Dr. Phil along for the ride. Which is interesting, given both the rise in MAGA immigration influencers they're seemingly endorsing and the fact that Dr. Phil has made a career out of exploiting vulnerable people for money.
No, not Dr. Phil? He's even got the chief loon after him. Anyone else?
Governor who's confirmed as a Department of Homeland Security. I mean, it's as she's cosplaying. It's almost a game where she seems to be cosplaying. I'm not sure what she thinks that she's portraying here. She might as well be at Comic-Con.
No, come on, not the Homeland Secretary now. Whatever will they do with Joy's mark of disapproval? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll hand it over to Tom Homan for his assessment of Joy Reid.
James and Joy say you're reckless and you're just role-playing for fun.
She's dumber than a box of rocks.
He never misses, does he? Now to the deportations of illegals, which have left lefties in a full panic.
And I hope that just how Donald Trump is not allowing all of these different people here in America, I hope that the presidents of those other countries start banning Americans from coming to their country to see how y'all like it. Because y'all real quick to be in the comments talking about, oh, send them back, and baby, you want to be vacationing in their beautiful islands and in their beautiful waters, though, eating their food.
Well, baby, there is actually quite a big difference between being on vacation and staying illegally in a country. It's really that simple. Gosh, the ever-fascinating lefties, they love to overcomplicate, don't they? And I wonder how ICE officials will go up against this one.
ICE is in New York. We're having a meeting about what to do if ICE shows up to the school. They are in New York. It is not safe. As far as I know, our policy is to call the superintendent, but the principal said we might open the doors. So, looks like I'll be getting arrested.
Yes, you are, honey. And let's ask this next teacher what she would do.
This is my impression of if an ICE officer comes and talks to me while I'm at school and asks me to give up the immigration status of some of my students. Hey, I'm a piece of ICE officer. Do you know the immigration status of these students?
Okay, well, I dare you to do exactly that. And look, things just keep going from bad to worse for these unhinged white liberal women.
I have a question. Is it a crime for me to report myself to ICE or just waste their time? Or is it a crime to apply for Target and all these other companies that got rid of DEI and just waste their time, like schedule interviews, don't show up, schedule another interview, don't show up? Just thinking about being a nuisance. Just want to ruin some managers' days, ruin some ICE agents' days. I got nothing but time. I'll waste everyone's time. I'm into it. It's a hobby.
Anyone want to tell her about obstruction of justice? Anyone? And PSA, if anyone is actually looking for a sanctuary, the governor of Oregon has your back.
Hi, Oregon. Governor Kotek here. I will not back down from a fight. Whether it's access to reproductive and gender-affirming health care, staying on our path to reach our climate goals, protecting immigrant communities, upholding our civil liberties, and fighting for prosperity for every Oregonian. I will stand firm for all of us. To our immigrant friends and neighbors, as your governor, I see you, I stand with you, and I've got your back.
Sounds like the wokest place in America. Illegals, welcome, please. And by the way, if you like international cuisines, if you're a food aficionado and you vote for Donald Trump, well, look out, because this next lefty is coming for you.
If you're pro-Trump, I better not see you in the international section. Y'all don't get to reap the benefits of people you're kicking out of the country.
The ever-tolerant left, fascinating, top-notch people living in the fantasy world, including this one.
Just to make sure we're all on the same page here, the Colombian president didn't decide to accept those migrants because of the Trump admin's typo-ridden threats of tariffs and sanctions. He accepted them because the alternative threat is those migrants being condemned to a lifetime of slavery and imprisonment in the modern American concentration camps. That's where we're at. That's why.
Yes, that must be right, must be where America is at. You keep telling yourself that. And gosh, America must really be regretting its election choice.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again.
Did she sing that? Cute. Chart topper for sure. Now, just a PSA to all American businesses staying woke, these lefties will support you to the death.
What's poppin', peeps? It's your boy Rich. I'm in Kroger, shopping, which is unusual, but I will start shopping in Kroger since Walmart ended its DEI program. So since they ended their DEI program, they won't get my black Creole dollars.
So yeah, out running some errands. Of course, I ended up at Costco. Of course, I'm enjoying a slice of Costco pizza. And I have one more stop to make. And in that stop, I'll be picking up some Ben & Jerry's. Why? Because on this page, we support the companies that are fighting back and are keeping the diversity and inclusivity initiatives.
There's nothing like the wholesome liberal support, is there?